Good evening, Norcal Karters. It's Tuesday. I'm a little bit late. I'm a day late, but it's December. Um, Honestly, I was kind of holding out for some information coming up, but yeah, it's December 1st. It's this year's gone by so fast. And for those of you that are just listening to this show, it's basically a weekly update of the upcoming events. We try to put all the events on the calendar and the promoters or clubs or series that actually sponsor our website, which is norcalkarters.com. We give them extra attention. We give them links in the posts. We actually link their websites on our calendars. So there's the only favoritism is a check. So if you want to be favoritized, is that a right word? Send me a check. But yeah, it's December. And there's still racing events going on. So, yeah, stay tuned. We have racing events. We have award banquets. And as we get further into the season or the end of the season, I am keeping an eye out for primarily the sponsors first that have supported Norcal Karters last year and this year, looking for their schedules to come out. Speaking of sponsors, we had Andy Saisman on last week, and he had his schedule out for 2021. He is the challengekarting.com. That's his website. But us old people remember him as Gators, as the premier Rotax series. Well, that's long gone. Andy's still around. He's not long gone. Now it's the Vortex package, and the Rock Cup USA stuff has been extremely successful on the West Coast over the past couple of years. And Andy's always fun to have on. He just has been around the sport for so long. And I kind of sat back and re-listened to our interview. And it was amazing how well he was able to tie in the NorCal tracks with his experience or with his series. That was really neat. So, yeah, Andy has his calendar out. Again, challengekarting.com. And we have his events on norcalkarters.com. However, he runs two series. He has the Challenge of Americas, which is a 3-race winter series, starts off in January. And that's the more of the... It's hard to call it a regional. It's a regional national. I mean, there's national level talent that shows up to these events, but it is our West Coast version of the nationals. And then in the spring and summer months, he kicks off his CRC. So we just added the CRC dates to the calendar last week when he was live with us. So I'm waiting for more information to fully update the calendar, but that should be pretty exciting. But yeah, it's, man, December 1st. This has been just, most of us are probably thinking, get rid of 2020. I had a little bit different attitude. Yeah, it was very stressful. It was very trying. But you got to adapt or die. I mean, that's 2020 really just sunk that into my brain. If you're going to survive, you got to adapt. And that was really about 2020. And there's a lot of tracks and a lot of promoters out there that did everything they could to keep races going on. The Rock Cup USA people really stuck their necks out there for a Vegas event. Over 300 entries showed up. Rock Sonoma, they had events going on from June or July all the way up till November. And let's see, Prairie City has an event coming up this weekend. Reno, Northern Nevada Kart Club, they had events going on pretty much all year long. And I'm kind of doing this off the top of my head. So if I'm missing somebody, I apologize. CCKRA, Central California Kart Racing Association, they adapted. They moved their schedule around. NCK, the Northern California Karters, not Norcal Karters. They are the road race segment of karting here on the West Coast. NCKRoadRacing.com. They adapted. They actually had an event in Vegas that went off very well. So a lot of promoters and a lot of tracks, a lot of organizations just adapted. They did the best they could. And for the most part, every event I attended in 2020, they were great events. I think everyone there was just happy to be at the racetrack. And I know a lot of those people that I talked to were ready to just give 2020 the middle finger. And that's, yeah, it's the year of COVID, but whatever. So back to the calendar. So today, let's see, 6:56. Northern Nevada Kart Club. They actually have their monthly club meeting right now. It's happening right now. So they're probably not listening to my podcast because they have their monthly meeting. This weekend, Saturday, December 5th, Northern Nevada Kart Club, their award banquet is going on this weekend. And you can go to Norcal Karters or directly to their website, nnkcreno.com, for all the information for their awards banquet. Excuse me, got the little hiccup there. So that's Northern Nevada Kart Club, nnkcreno.com. And they have their awards banquet coming up this Saturday. And speaking of this Saturday, we have Prairie City. They're doing another race event. Their last one went off pretty smoothly. They were pretty happy with it. You can check out their website or check them out on Facebook. Just look up Prairie City Karting, and they'll list out the classes. They're doing a split weekend. Half the classes this weekend, so December 5th and 6th. The other half next weekend. So again, go look up Prairie City on the Facebook or on their website for more information. And this weekend was also supposed to be the awards banquet for the Rock Sonoma group, but they had postponed it. They moved it out to next weekend. So next weekend, Rock Sonoma, their awards banquet. You can go to their website, sanzarukarting.com. That's SANZARUKARTING, sanzarukarting.com, for all their information on their awards banquet. But that is taking place next weekend on Saturday, December 12th. And Sanzaru, they're a sponsor. They signed up a couple of months ago to bring some highlights to their 2021 season. So as an added perk, I just said, okay, well, I'll throw in the rest of 2020. So their awards banquet, December 12th, 2020, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's, let's see here. I'm reading off of the official flyer that they sent out. Again, sanzarukarting.com has all the information, and also to register. Give me one moment here. If you got the flyer for them, you can register for the barbecue only or the practice day and the barbecue. So if you're doing the track day and the barbecue, it's $50 a person. If you're doing just the meal only, it's $25. And they're going to basically recognize all of their champions and the different classes that they ran. So going down the list, they had Micro Rock, Mini Rock, Micro Swift, Mini Swift, Junior 100cc, Senior 100cc, Master 100cc, Senior Rock, Master Rock, which is their tag classes, then Senior Rock Shifter, Master Rock Shifter, the 80 Masters, and the 125 Limited. So those that don't know, 125 Limited is basically the Vortex Rock Shifter engine package with an exhaust restrictor, and that class exploded in 2020. I know some of us media types love to use words that grab your attention and make everything sound, oh, this is fucking awesome. Excuse my language. But they really did. The 125 Limited class was the fastest and one of the largest classes for the Sonoma Series last year. And it's not very common that any series ever, as the races go on, where they have classes grow in strength, because usually you get a couple races in and, the racers that are going for championships go, oh, I'm out of it. So they pull out. Then you have the racers that are your weekend warriors that just kind of can make it when they're not jet skiing with their family or whatever, right? So it's, over the years, the entries dropped down. Well, the 125 limited class all year long was growing, and that should be a really exciting class in 2021. So again, it's basically the Vortex rock shifter engine with an exhaust restrictor in it. And a lot of the guys that used to run the 80 at Sonoma and at some of the other NorCal tracks, they opted for that package. So that should be really exciting to see. So again, 125 limited. In addition to recognizing their champions and the podium finishers for their championships, they're doing a Rising Star Award. They're doing a Mechanic of the Year Award. They're doing the Mamo Gidley Award, Junior Driver, Senior Driver, and Master Driver of the Year Awards. And again, that's going to take place December 12th. And I just got condoned for my language. I apologize, Miss Cameron. I accidentally dropped the F-bomb. But, so they're going to recognize the champions and in the special awards that they have. They're also doing a donut contest. But give me one moment. I thought somewhere I saw a menu. So they're doing more of a barbecue-style menu, so that should be fun. Did I mention the 125 donut contest? So, again, Sonoma, December 12th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. All the information can be found at senzarukarting.com. And we have a link on our website, norcalkarters.com, from our calendar directly to their website. And we appreciate their support for 2021. So that should be a lot of fun. And let's see here. You'll find over the next month or two, I'll probably do a lot of rambling because I need to keep the podcast every week because they are weekly updates. But as we start running out of events and tracks are trying to figure out their schedules, then I'll ramble probably just to fill a little bit of air. But sometimes I ramble when I'm not trying to fill air because I ramble. Let's see here. So we have, the awards banquet, Sonoma, December 12th. Again, Northern Nevada Kart Club, awards banquet, December 5th. That's this weekend. Prairie City, this weekend. Then we start winding out the year. Prairie City is going to try to put another race on the weekend of December 12th and 13th. Waiting for a little bit more information on that. But again, you can find them on their website or on Facebook, Prairie City Karting, also known as All-Star Karting. And I think that's going to be pretty close to kind of winding out the calendar for December. We have Christmas, we have New Year's, then we start going to January. And right now, the only confirmed event I have for January is Challenge of the Americas, Round 1. January 22nd through the 24th. And Andy and crew, they signed up for another year for sponsoring Norcal Karters, so that is much appreciated. We do appreciate the support. And if you're sitting out there wondering why we need sponsors, it's I don't make a big push to try to have a bunch of banners or a bunch of different flash ads on our website. The website's very plain for a reason. As a racer, I kind of got tired of the websites just kind of selling out to sponsors, and the content was getting smaller, and harder to find. So my site, when you go to it, it's kind of the exact opposite. The information's right in front of you, but the site's pretty boring to look at. And, the people that pay for the servers, the equipment upgrades, the subscriptions, all of that. That is the tracks that I mentioned or the promoters that I mentioned. So towards the end of the year, I'll definitely do a highlight of our 2020 sponsors. I'll also do a highlight of our upcoming 2021 sponsors because it very much appreciated. But yeah, January. I mean, it's literally 30 days away. Then we're back into 2021 with a whole new race season. So, yeah, we'll keep everyone posted. Again, I try to do these podcasts once a week. I usually try to do them on Mondays, but honestly, this week I was kind of holding out for the last second for some information. Then it just got too late, and it's like, that's going to be a Tuesday podcast. But, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background. So a lot of series are really pushing for race dates and schedules and getting things confirmed. And bookmark norcalkarters.com, bookmark our calendar, because as we get them confirmed, they go live on our calendar. And I think I'm going to wrap it up. Make it a short podcast tonight. So again, you can check out the podcast we did with Andy last week. It's actually on a different show. I have a show called PR Kart Reports, and that's the one we did Andy's show under. But they both can be found on norcalkarters.com. Go to Norcal Karters. You click on the podcast link, and both shows pop up. And if you're having problems with the podcast, I've had some people report no sound. I've had people report that the podcast kind of shut off on them. If you're using certain apps and a screensaver on your phone pops up, a lot of times those apps don't have background permission, so it shuts the podcast off. But I've also heard if you're using the Facebook link, if you click on the link and it opens up the app, that's another app where it has some issues. So you can always go to norcalkarters.com. Everything is downloadable. Everything is archived. So you can always go back and download an episode, or just, what I sometimes do if I'm trying to review notes, I just have it playing in the background on my PC. Plus I like hearing myself. Maybe that's why I have a podcast. But there's some other things for you guys. Again, go to norcalkarters.com. And if you're having issues, send me a private message. I like to know when people can't hear it, because if it makes it inconvenient, you're not going to listen. And my job is to make sure you can listen. So with that being said, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I'll be back next week.